All right, hi. Back with another video. Uh, week 2, season 22, Dancing with the Stars. Um, so let's just get started. Gotta try and keep this short because, yeah, I just need to keep it short. So there wasn't really a whatchamacallit opening number this week. Not well, there was one, but not enough for me to talk about it. So let's go on with the dances. Up first, we had Jody and Keo. They had a samba. They got a 21. It was really good, much better than last week. Much improved. I do think she should have gotten just a little bit higher, but I think it was much better. Um, Keo's choreography was much better. It wasn't so strange and so not with the music. Um, Jody's a great dancer. I do think she gets a bit stiff. Her hips were a bit stiff. They didn't really move quite as well as they could have. And I'm trying to remember. I do think she had a few problems with her legs, but otherwise, I thought she did a great job and could have gotten an extra point for this. But yeah, great job. 21, better than last week. Improvement for them. Um, Next up was, let me look. Next up, we had, oh, Marla and Tony. They had an Argentine tango. They got a 20. I think Marla's score was a bit inflated. She probably should have gotten about an 18, 17, 18, just because it's obvious that she can dance and she can do a lot, but Tony isn't giving her everything that she can handle. And I've said this all the time, but he just really just I don't know what it is about him and his partners where he just, especially older women, where he kind of goes easy on them when they can take more. Like Marla can take more than that. She moved very pretty and the movements were very pretty, but they're just, it didn't have the intent and the passion and just the aggression behind it and power behind the Argentina or the Argentine tango that I would have loved to see. Um, Again, it was pretty. It was very pretty. It was danced very well, but I needed more. Um, so yeah, they got a 20. Next, we had Geraldo and Edita. They did a salsa. They got a 13. Not gonna really say much about this dance. It was bad again. The only thing I will say is that I think it was in poor taste to have the Donald Trump as our president skit, whatever it was, opening storyline thing with the Mexican flag at the end. I believe that it was Mexican flag. Yeah, it was a Mexican flag or whatever it was. It was very strange. It was done in bad, poor taste. Probably shouldn't have done that, but um, it's just, yeah, no. Next we have Antonio and Sharna. They had a rumba. They got a 19. Um, they have great chemistry. I will say that. I'm glad someone clarified it for me on Tumblr. They told me that Sharna did break up with her boyfriend because um, she could have been really flirty with other partners in the past, but or not other partners, because I don't think most of her other partners were in a place where they could flirt with her. I'm trying to think. Six, seven, eight. Yeah, none of them were. They were either like married or engaged or in a serious relationship. Um, which she was in a serious relationship too. But now she's flirting a lot with Antonio, which just kind of throws me off because I don't really see her do that too much. So, and also her choreography hasn't been the same. And I know that they were working together a lot with choreography. They were kind of a team, I believe. Um, I think they work together. So um, this rumba was very um, hectic. Um, there wasn't much hip action that I could really see. Like it wasn't really set. It not settled, but it just wasn't really there. I think there was just too much going on for it to really show. His lines also weren't quite the greatest. His technique isn't the greatest. Um, but the issue is he has everything there to be great at this. He really does have everything there. He can dance. It's just I don't know what's going on. It's only the second week, so maybe they can pull it out of him. But so far, I just haven't really seen much dancing from him that's been worthy of the preseason talk that he had. Um, so yeah. Next we have Paige and Alan and Mark. Or salsa, they got a 24. Mark got hurt this week. He hurt his back during camera blocking on Sunday, and so he couldn't dance Monday night, so they had to bring in Alan to learn the entire routine and then dance with her. And considering everything that she went through, she did a really good job. I was surprised at how well she handled all of that, the switching of partners and then getting used to this new routine with a new partner. On top of that, doing these lifts with a new partner because it's not like Mark and Alan are a similar size. Mark is over 6 foot, or not Mark. Alan is over 6 foot. Mark is about 5'8". That's a pretty big difference in terms if that's like 5-6 inches, half a foot. And that's a lot where when you're doing these lifts, you're going half a foot further into the air than if you're with Mark. But yeah, she did a great job. I do think was ahead of the music a little bit at the very beginning. I'm going to attribute that to just her being excited and her nerves and just the adrenaline, all of that just kind of put together and just making her just go and like, I need to do this, I need to do this. And then finally as she got more into the routine and got settled down, she kind of settled back down into the dance and the music, and she did well after that. So great job. They got 24, very well deserved. She's a great dancer. I think like I said earlier, she's one to watch for sure. Kim and Sasha were next with the salsa as well. They had a score of a 19. Probably should have gotten a point higher, but I think I think Kim did a good job. I could tell she paid attention to detail and technique this week. It was better than it was for the cha-cha. What else do I want to say? Yeah, she did a great job. They have a lot of fun on the dance floor, and it shows throughout all their routines. I love those two together. They're my favorite partnership still. I think she can go really far. I want her to go far. I want her to make the finals. I think she's only going to get better because she is a good dancer. But she can also improve, and she is great. Just a great performer. I just want to. I think she's going to do a really good job once she starts. The technique gets there. I was upset that she had the little mishap at the very end of the dance where she got stuck, but it happens, and it's good that it happened then. So now, with more people around, she knows what to do when those sort of situations happen on live TV. Next, we had Niall and Peta. They had a rumba. They got a 20. Again, like Antonio and Sharna, this is very hectic. Like I said last week, Peta needs to dial her choreography back. Although I do believe her rumbas just aren't the greatest dances anyway, or aren't her real strong point anyway. But yeah, she just needs to dial back her choreography because you could tell that Niall was really struggling to keep up. Um, his lines were gorgeous, but they sometimes he didn't quite finish them. And then until it just looked like he was struggling to keep up because there's just I'm so sorry. It's late. Um, there's so much for him to do, and he relies a lot on his vision. They have other cues as well, but he relies a lot on his vision for cues and stuff, and it's gonna you start adding more and more and more and more and more choreography into your dance. It's going to be harder for him to pick it up. So I just want her to dial it back. He could have gotten a higher score, but it's whatever. Next, we have Misha and Artem. They had a cha-cha. They got a 15. Misha improved just a little bit. The reason I say that is it wasn't her technique that really improved. It was more just her demeanor. She looked not as overwhelmed. She seemed not as freaked out by everything. She looked like she's just having a tiny bit more fun. Yeah, I think I'm glad for Carrie Ann and Aaron for being supportive of her, just because she does. If they weren't, I wouldn't be surprised if she were to just kind of have a breakdown on national television. Like, she is just really just out of her element, and I don't think her and Artem are really working well as a group, as a team. Not like they don't like each other or anything, but I just think that maybe Artem's teaching style isn't very good for Misha at this moment. You can tell she's very fragile, in a very fragile state right now. Next, you have Vaughn and Whitney. You had a cha-cha, and they got a 20. Their rehearsal footage was very interesting. Very interesting. Whitney has the worst luck with her partners and bodily functions. But enough about that. Let's get into the dance. It was all right. It wasn't really a cha-cha. There were cha-cha moves in there, but it wasn't enough to where I could be like, oh, that was, I could totally pass that off as a cha-cha. And what he did do, he moves pretty small for a guy that is 6'6". But I do like their partnership. I do like how they're working together. I do think that his personality is very contagious. He's just a nice, laid-back, chill guy. But I just need more from their dancing. I'm going to go through the last two very quick. 3. Wanya and Lindsay, Salsa 24. They blew it out of the park. It was great. Amazing. Can't say much else. It was A+, choreography, great. Lindsay killed it. Wanya killed it. They just killed it. Next, we have Doug and Karina. They did a paso. They had a score was 20. Doug really, really listened to Karina this week, and Karina really crafted a routine to show Doug in the best way possible. And as a result, it showed that he improved. It wasn't super complicated, but it was enough to really just show, like, this is the basics, this is what he can do, this is Doug, boom. And they gave it to us, and it worked. And that's what you need to do when you have a partner that can't do quite as much. Finally, we have Ginger and Val. They had a samba. They got a 21. It was all right. It should have gotten... It took too long to get started, again. And once it did get started, it was all right. But she does have leg issues. She kind of missed her balance. But, I mean, the samba was all right. I mean, not even all right. It was pretty good. I just wish she had had more to show off what she could do. But the score I thought was appropriate. So now we get to our elimination part. And the bottom 3, or the Jeopardy, were Misha, Geraldo, and Doug. and we don't know which one it was because Tom